All right, let us move on to sexual follies. So here's a story that I feel was kind of misreported a little bit. Remember, it was last week, I guess, when they set off the alarm in Hawaii that the nuclear missiles were inbound. Like, you know, it's easy enough done. You know, you mean to hit the unlock the refrigerator button, but instead you hit the nuclear war button. And everybody panicked. And they had this thing where they said that after it was over, the traffic on Pornhub spiked, as if, you know, everybody thought, oh, we're still alive, let's watch porn. But that's not actually what happened. What happened was during the event, the traffic on Pornhub dive bombed. It dropped about 77%. So it's like people stopped when they thought they were going to die. People stopped watching porn, and then it spiked as everyone went whoosh, back to the porn, and everybody rushed back to the site. But I think that's very different, because when you're about to die, obviously you start paying attention to the stuff that matters, right? Because time is running out, and you start to realize that life is beautiful. You want to be paying attention. You want to be running around screaming. Maybe, I don't know what you want to be doing, but you probably want to be telling, you know, it was like 9/11. People called up and their relatives and said, I love you. They didn't call up their relatives and say, you know, they didn't go on Pornhub. They didn't go on, you know, sites. They went for the people who loved them. So I bring this up because my daughter, Faith Moore, writing at PJ Media, wrote a piece today with the incendiary headline. She probably didn't write the headline, but the incendiary headline, Dear Feminists, if you want a real man, act like a woman, which I love. I told her she's out of the sisterhood. But she points out, she says, a recent article on Scary Mommy by popular blogger Samara says, the article is called, Sometimes I Want to Be Held by a Man Naked Without Having Sex. Is that okay? And my daughter says it simultaneously makes the point that women need intimacy in their lives, which is true, and that they should be able to expect it from the random guys that they go out with one time, which is not true. Okay. She quotes Samara, I dread the idea of having to make constant compromises. Relationships are hard. And if introducing a partner into my life is going to create drama and pain, I'd rather be alone. Instead, she longs to find intimacy with the random people she dates. She says, I'm a highly sexual person, and I like kinky sex as much as the next wanton woman. Sometimes, though, I just want to lie next to someone who will hold me. This never happens. Boy, that's a head scratcher. Faith writes, of course it doesn't. Samara's weird sexual preferences aside, she and many other women have been duped by a nonsensical philosophy into believing that engaging in hookup culture as if they were men will get them the intimacy they crave because they are women. And the point is, again, it's the same point. It's hard to live by ideas instead of by identity. But once you realize that the things that are important in life actually aren't on Pornhub, the things that are important in life actually can't be found in a hookup culture, once you start to realize that, of course it's hard to live by your ideas. Of course it's hard to live in relationship. Of course it's hard to live in intimacy. There's all kinds of difficulties with it, but the straight and the narrow path is the path that leads upward. The wide open path is the path that leads down and into perdition. So that is why you take the trouble to live by ideas, by good ideas, by true ideas, by smart ideas that actually describe reality, instead of living by your pleasures and your identity, which will pretty much come down to the same thing. The mailbag is tomorrow. Go on thedailywire.com if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, go on thedailywire.com and subscribe. Then hit the podcast button, hit the Andrew Klavan podcast, hit the mailbag, ask any question you like. I will answer it. The answers are guaranteed 100% correct and will change your life, sometimes for the better. I'm Andrew Klavan. This is The Andrew Klavan Show. We'll see you tomorrow. The Andrew Klavan Show is produced by Robert Sterling. Executive producer, Jeremy Boring. Senior producer, Jonathan Hay. Our supervising producer is Mathis Glover. Technical producer, Austin Stevens. Edited by Alex Zingaro. Audio is mixed by Mike Cormina. Hair and makeup is by Jesua Alvera. And our animations are by Cynthia Angulo and Jacob Jackson. The Andrew Klavan Show is a Daily Wire Forward Publishing production. Copyright Forward Publishing 2018.